Hello everyone, I'm Becky Goldsmith with Piece of Cake, and I want to show you what's inside this Free Spirit bundle that has 10-inch squares. These are prints that truly are classic. They have been in production for many, many years, and they are still in production because they are just so wonderful. Each one of the bundles comes packaged like this, and I have already opened 3 of them. This is the set of rainbow fabrics, and I will tell you, I will have these in stock. They'll come, they'll go. I'll try to always keep them in stock, and in fact, I'm missing the bundle of blues here today, but it's similar. It would be just mostly blues. Inside each bundle are these 10-inch squares. There are 42 squares with 20 different fabrics. That means 2 of the prints, and I think it's random, are repeated 3 times, not 2 times. So they're wonderful. And if you're like me, you will look at these and think, man, I think I have that. Maybe I have that. Do I have that? But even if I do have these as yardage in my stash, I've decided I want to have these 10-inch squares because lately I've been doing a lot more with scraps, and I have found it difficult to make myself cut into at least some of my pieces that have more yardage. And with these, it's a small enough size that if you want to cut something out of the big middle, really who cares? It's not like you're ruining a pristine fat quarter, half yard, or 1 yard piece. You can use these as they are, make bigger pieces, or you can cut smaller pieces. I just love the way these work together. And the beauty of big prints, if you're not used to using them, is that they scale differently when cut into smaller shapes. So a print like this that might seem big, when cut small, the scale inside the print makes a nice counterpoint with a scale that is smaller. Here, let me do this one. Let's do this. It gives a nice break for the eye to go from small print to bigger print or medium-sized print. Let me add here that I will be washing all of these in the washer and drying them in the dryer. If you have not watched my videos on why I wash fabric, I recommend you do so. If you have washed them, you know that fabric shrinks, and it shrinks at different rates. So when I put these in the washer and wash them, they will shrink more from side to side than they do along the lengthwise length of grain. When they're squares, you can't tell which is which. What you will notice, though, that after they've been washed and dried, they are probably not going to be completely square anymore, and they're darn sure not going to be 10 inches anymore. They will have shrunk. When I put these in the washer, if I only had a few, I would probably put them in lingerie bags. But I've got so many, I think I'm going to be tempted to put these in the washer and just sort of separate them out and wash them in the washer. And then when that's done, I'm sure I'll have some threads to cut at the edges. I'll smooth them out and put them in the dryer. Yes, that will take a little bit of time, but that is the cost of pre-washing your fabric. Besides shrinkage, I will mention here that the other things I want washed out are all of the chemicals and the sizing that are in the fabric, especially the ones that make them feel so crunchy. I don't like it. I don't like the outgassing of the fumes. And if you've listened to my video, you know that the path fabric takes from being made to where we are takes it through some places, big factories, where there might be things like bugs and possibly rodents that, you know, it's unlikely that this one piece has got anything particularly nasty in it. but people I know in the shipping industry have suggested that it is wise to wash your fabric before you use it. All of those things, the shrinkage, the way the fabric feels in my hand, the way that it handles when I sew it, and the fact that I'm getting rid of anything I don't want to hold on to, that's why I wash my fabric. Sizes smaller than 10 by 10 can be more of a hassle to wash, which is why this is about as small of a bundle as I myself am ever likely to go. And it's likely to be the smallest bundle you'll ever find at Piece of Cake, because if I don't use it, I tend not to want to stock it. So there you have it. Please do look at pieceofcake.com for these Kaffe Fassett Classic Plus 10-inch bundles, and also look for the fat quarter bundles, because fat quarters are very much like the 10-inch squares. In the fat quarter bundles, there's only 20 fat quarters, that's 5 yards of fabric, and it gives you a bigger piece of fabric to work with. And I've got to tell you, fat quarters are going to be easier to wash than 10-inch squares, but y'all know that already. So thank you for watching, and may you have many happy stitches.